What is up everyone? In the last video we unboxed the Contour Design G-Riser, a wonderfully obscure 20-year-old Power Mac accessory. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out, it was great fun. One of the things that I highlighted in that video was it would be absolutely awesome to add some underglow to the Power Mac now that it's risen off the desk. There's that void underneath and it's in a little bit of a dark shadow, so having a nice glow coming from the bottom of the machine is going to be absolutely wonderful, and that's what we're going to do in today's video. So we're going to unbox and install some LEDs for the bottom of my Hackintosh. Now, just as a quick side note, the Hackintosh is currently being upgraded and updated, and you'll see a video on that in the near future. So the machine itself isn't currently up and running, but it's still functioning, it's still powering up and whatnot, obviously. So we'll be able to add the LEDs and see how they look. We just won't have a functioning computer, but we'll be able to see what it looks like anyway, so we'll have to use our imagination. At the moment I'm still using the MacBook Pro on the main setup as a temporary measure. This machine has probably been out of action for about 10 days or so now. I'm working on it whenever I get the opportunity, which isn't very often because things are quite full on at the moment, obviously, with everything that's going on. So what we're going to do is add the LEDs today. I was going to do it as part of the Hackintosh video, but I think it'll be more fun to make a dedicated video about this because it's something that we can do really quickly and easily, and it'll be a nice little sort of spiritual kind of part 2 to the previous video. So let's dig into the LEDs. One really cool thing I've noticed about eBuyer, I ordered these from eBuyer, and I also ordered something else from eBuyer that you'll see in the networking update video that I'm going to be releasing very soon. They're using this environmentally friendly, at least I believe it's environmentally friendly tape. They're no longer using like parcel tape, so that's pretty cool. Let's dig in to the box. Now, what did I go for in terms of LEDs? I decided, folks, to go very simple on this one. I decided to go for two 30cm strips. Yeah, it's not so environmentally friendly on the inside. I decided to go for two 30cm strips of white LEDs. Now, of course, we had a choice here. I could have really easily gone RGB, obviously, but something was telling me that RGB would just be pretty nasty as an underglow for this machine. Now, we're talking an old Power Mac Quicksilver case, a 20-year-old accessory, and this setup is nowhere near kind of gamery and glitzy. Now, I love RGB as much as the next person. It's great fun and it looks amazing, but the thing is, it would be pretty out of place, I think, on this setup. Especially in terms of the glow under the machine. I'm not going to want any colour changing, I'm not going to want any effects, and I'm not going to want any colour. So to save all the complications, to save having even more of these little remotes hanging around or relying on a different control method or anything of that nature, we've gone really simple. I've just ordered some white LED strips that are powered by Molex, and yeah, it says here, look, RGB 100 white, so a little bit confusing there, but they make all different colours of these that are just one static colour, so that's absolutely fine. We've got two of these because I kind of figured out that if we put two strips along the bottom, we might not even need to. Let's pull the camera down and just dig into one of these. So this is very simple as you can get. Molex plug, and then the LED strip itself. No controller, no nothing complicated. Now, you guys, for those of you who remember 5 years ago the Hackintosh series, some of you will remember that I did originally have some underglow to the Hackintosh, and it basically started to fall off after a little while because my mounting method was less than ideal. Now, I believe that these ones are, if I read the description correctly, these ones should be magnetic, which, yes, I can feel that they are, so that's really cool. They're just going to stick to the bottom of the machine, and of course, they shouldn't fall off like LED strips with adhesive or anything like that. So there's a strip, it's nice, it's 30cm, which should be the perfect length for the bottom of the Quicksilver, and then we've simply got the little 4-pin connector to Molex, and we've got 2 of those bad boys. And the cool thing is they're piggybacked, so that means we can run both of these off of the Molex connector that I have in place that would run the that was running the previous LED strips that I had under here years ago. So there's the second strip, exactly the same, and also they've included a nice extension cable, which is handy. It will come in handy because that's actually quite a nice cable, so I'll keep those to one side. We're not going to need those. So yeah, lovely. We're basically going to move on to installing the LEDs right away, and I'm going to try and do this without being as disruptive to the setup as possible. Let's see how we can do this. We're going to need access to the inside to plug them in. Okay folks, really sorry if you don't get a very good view of this, but I'm just trying to do this without unplugging too many things. So I've unplugged everything on the door. I can keep the stuff on the top there in place. Now, at the moment my Hackintosh is in temporary state. Let's just have a look at how much you can see. Yeah, you can see in here okay-ish. So my 2 SSDs back here, the 850 Pros, they're currently unplugged. They've got my install that I've been running for years still on them. I've got this 830 temporarily in here to get my new install up and running so that I don't disrupt this install. But the fact of the matter is I've sold my GPU now to fund a new GPU, so to be perfectly honest, I'm quite happy to ditch this install. But I'm not going to talk about the Hackintosh too much in this video because we're going to save that for the actual Hackintosh video. Now what I did do was down here, when I ran power and data for 2 hard drives and a hard drive caddy, as you can see, because originally I had 2 WD black 1TB drives in the box. I was going to use those as my scratch discs, but I completely ditched them straight away in favour for a very simple USB 3.0 little SSD. So we actually have Molex run here for those drives, and looking at this, we've still got the cabling in place here, folks, by the looks of it. That's my GPU power cable. We have still got the cabling for the old LED strips. So let's remove that. Yes, that's what that is. So I can ditch that, which is cool, and we can plug in the new LED strips. Now I could do with tidying up some of this cabling. That's the only reason why we have Molex there. Let's see. Okay, so there's no power to that SSD now. Right, okay, I see. There's 2 Molex. Bear with me while I figure all this out, folks. Now in theory what I could do is actually power both LED strips with one cable here and just use one of these extension cables to link the LEDs together. But that will require attaching a cable to the underside of the machine and stopping it from flopping about all over the place. So it would be easier actually just to run the 2 power cables out to the bottom of the machine. Then we'll attach the LEDs, make sure it's all tight, and we can cable tie these strips, cable tie the power cables here inside the machine so that we don't get any excess cable floating outside the machine. Now, good start. That wasn't even sarcasm. The connector fits through the gap in the case here, so that is a very good start. And also, let's do the second one. So all of that is a little bit of a concoction there, but at least it's all black, and at least I can work on tidying it up and tying it down and things. So what we'll do now is close up the machine, because I've got both of those cables running out the bottom. I'll be able to feel for them, hook them up, and then pull the cabling back. And we'll power up the machine to just test that they're working. Ah, hang on a sec. Must be that way. Oh no! No. Oh my word. Guys, this is a bummer. Check this out. Check this out. Well, that's what you get for buying quickly. I'm gutted. I'm gutted. So, this does explain quite a few things. On the packaging here, it's kind of weird. It says RGB 100 white. But it says RGB, and then it says RGB colour LED single colour. You know, that's quite contradictory, but now I can see what it means. On this strip, we actually have RGB LEDs. And all they're doing is all lit up at 100% to give you white. But the trouble is, I don't want RGB white. I wanted white. I wanted pure white LED. The old LED strips I had under this machine were exactly that. They were white. These ones are RGB, all at full. So it's not really white. It's kind of like a purplish blue. Oh, guys, let's pop it on the bottom of the machine there. I mean, it's still going to look nice. Okay, I'll tell you what, folks. Look, see, you can see the individual colours poking out. Ah, crap. Crap. That's not very nice at all, is it? Okay, we've got it back up, and I've got the LEDs sat on the bottom. Haven't tied the cables back yet, but as you can see, you can't really notice them until you look right underneath. They are flapping down a little bit, but it's going to be quite hard to pull them back and tie them inside to pick up the slack, because that'll just peel back the strip. They're magnetic, yes, but they're not crazy strong, because you've got the weight of the plastic connector on one end. So while the strips attach really well, where the connector plugs in, the weight of that and being pulled back will just peel the strip off. But that's okay, because you can't see it there, and I'll do my best with that anyway. My main concern at the moment is, how does it look? Power supply on, machine on, and you can see the strip there. That's, oh, bollock. Alright guys, it's hours later, and I did fiddle a little bit further with this, and I actually recorded the rest of the video, but it's a crap video. So I'm going to address this, and we're going to turn this into I'm going to make a video but show you guys that I have failed doing what I wanted to do because I bought the wrong product. It's just as fun to share the mistakes as it is to share the victories, I guess. But I just wanted to show you the product on the eBuyer website here. It's currently out of stock since I've bought my two, so I guess they're waiting for some more stock. But firstly, let's take a little look at the picture. If you take a look at the picture, you can see that, I know a picture is nothing to go by, but it just looks like pure white. It looks lovely. So that's the first thing. Secondly, if you look at the title and stuff here, it says Deep Cool LED Strip White, LED Strip, colour white. Doesn't say anything about RGB apart from in the part code here, RGB 100 white. Okay, so there you have that. Coming down, you've got fixed by magnet, able to be series connected, blah blah blah. Freely fixed anywhere because they include a 50cm extension, 100-hour life, blah blah blah. The additional 4-pin connector saves your PSU a power interface. You know, that's the little piggyback Molex doohickey. And then coming down in the technical specs, you've got Deep Cool LED strip white again, and then in the specs you've just got colour white. It's got all the other paraphernalia that you'd expect. In the features, magnetic base, 18 LED lights, and that is it. There's no reviews for this product. Now I got curious at this point, and I decided to hook up the LED strip to a normal RGB infrared LED interface. So this is the kind of box that you buy if you bought a roll of LED tape and you wanted to control it with one of these remotes. This is the doohickey that goes in between. Lo and behold, ready, boom. This reacts identically to an LED strip. So we've got off, on, and we've also got brightness control, brightness up, brightness down, brightness up, off, on. Okay, so this is a standard 4-pin LED strip that we saw when we unboxed it and put it on the machine and everything like that. The BitPhoenix Alchemy strips that I was using previously use the little 2-pin header, so they are not a standard RGB LED, and those strips were pure white LEDs. This one is just a butchered RGB strip, and it makes me disappointed because if it had said that it was an RGB strip with all colours forced at 100%, if it had said that in the description, I'd have been happy. Let's take a look for ourselves. On. Okay, so we've got white. Let's choose red. Nothing. Let's choose blue. Nothing. Let's choose green. So, it's using the green as kind of like all the colours are running off the green. So you press green, all the colours fire up. And I've tested this theory because I've been through all the colours. Let's choose yellow, right? So if we think about this for a second, put our brains into action, blue is nothing. So you get absolutely sod all from blue. Now pink, nothing, because you get absolutely nothing from red or blue, and pink is a mixture of red and blue. So yellow, in theory, we should get full brightness because it's red and green at full. So yellow, boom. Green, yellow, green, yellow. There's no change between the colour. Blue, nothing. So then, if we're going by that logic, with orange, we should get half brightness full out of this strip. Ooh, shocker. Orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow. Step down into the deep orange where you've got even less green. Ooh, dips down in brightness again. So it's using the green, and it's wired that way. It's physically hardwired in the strip here by the input to just address all colours to green. That's how it works. Now, this product fascinates me because you can buy it in different colours, but they're RGB LEDs. So you are selling, like, I'm not having to go because it is convenient. If people just want their system to be one colour, if you want it to be blue, if you want it to be green, it would be perfect for that because you'll have those pure colours accessible to you if you buy the blue or the green version or the red version. It'd be great. But for white, it's horrible because it's not real white. You can see how purple it is. I mean, all of you guys know what RGB white looks like, okay? It looks like that. It doesn't look nice. It's not pleasant. So I'm not going to slag off the product because I get why it exists. I do understand it. I just wish it would have said in the description. It may be me just kind of being naive or whatever. I don't know, you know, whatever. But what confuses me even more then is this. You've got the Aura. It's compatible with Asus Aura. So I'm not an expert. I'm assuming this is the RGB controller built into Asus motherboards. That's what I'm assuming it is. You'll be able to control the on-off of the LEDs. You'll be able to control the brightness of the LEDs. You'll be able to make them strobe and make them pulse and make them fade in and out and all of those things that you can do with those fancy PC controllers. But you won't have access to the different colours. So if you're hooking this up to your PC, you're better off just buying RGB strips, which are like the same price, or just get a big roll of it, you know? I don't get why that matters. But like I say, for people that just want to bung a strip in their PC, connect via Molex, and away to go, then you're sorted. So, yeah, what's the bottom line, the takeaway from this video? I have got here on the other tab a pure white LED strip. Now this is the BitPhoenix Alchemy 2.0 white LED strip. For the same length, these were like £4.80, £5, something like that. £26.82, nasty. And I've double checked the price in a few places. It's expensive. You can get a 12cm one for £15.06. Ugh, horrible, horrible pricing. It's just an LED strip, but it's pure white LED, and the reason I know that is because I've owned the BitPhoenix Alchemy LED strips. Unfortunately, when I was building the Hackintosh, if you go back and look at those videos, I had the aqua versions, and the difference is the normal BitPhoenix Alchemy strips have a magnetic back so that they attach just like these ones. They just ping on to a metal surface. Magnets aren't that strong in these guys, but they're kind of strong enough, as long as you don't touch them. There you go. So, whatever, I don't need to demonstrate what a magnet is. So the ones I had were the Aqua series, and they were wrapped in like a rubbery plastic. So if you guys remember the Hackintosh build series all the way back in 2015, I basically ripped off the casing of those strips, so I had bare, like, exposed strips, and then I simply attached them with little strips of gaffer tape underneath the case, and that didn't last very long. The white underglow was stunning, but the strips eventually fell off. So I am going to look for a pure white LED strip that I can power from the machine. If I can't find anything, I don't even want to go RGBW. I don't want anything that fancy. I just want a white LED strip. So I'll get the Phoenix Alchemy strip if I can't find anything cheaper. So that's where I'm at the moment, folks. We tried to add some underglow. It looked sort of nice, but it's not what I want. It's not the correct white, and it doesn't look nice. And I'll always be aware of that. So you want it to be kind of perfect. On a happier note, this entire thing has inspired me. Not the underglow, but the stand, and just looking at my Quicksilver a lot more and addressing things and that. It's kind of made me realise that I really want to give my main setup some attention. So hopefully during 2020, at some point, when funds allow, I will give the main setup a bit of a spruce. We'll buy some new gear, we'll set it up a new way, and we'll just give it some love, care and attention, because it is quite tired and boring at the moment, and I'm not too satisfied with it. So once we get the Quicksilver with nice underglow, white, sharp looking LEDs, I'll be a happy man, and then we'll spend some time doing up the setup. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. One little cheeky little note that I'll mention right now is, if you made it this far in the video, I don't want to be too disappointing, because you've already caught a glimpse of my network series, the upcoming updates to the rack I'm doing in the network series, but something I will add to that video, because I'm sort of 70 to 80% the way through recording that video at the moment. This is going to make an ideal, let's just bung it here, going to make an ideal work light for my rack. So there you go, absolutely ideal. And I can dim it way down, can dim it all the way down if I like, and just leave it maybe just a subtle little glow from the top that you can barely see, but that looks perfect. And yeah, keep an eye on the channel for the networking video, because it's getting closer and closer every day. So yeah, little fun bit of bonus footage for you there, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video, where hopefully we'll be doing something a little more successful.